and welcome back to the Messy Bookshelf. I'm Jennifer, and today I'm going to be doing a book tag. I saw this tag done by the Hardback Hoarder, and I can't quite remember who originally created this tag, but I'll put all the links down below so you can check all those out. I wasn't tagged by anyone, I just saw the tag and decided I wanted to do it. So there are 14 questions, and I will leave the questions down below if you want to do this one as well. So the first question is the best book you've read so far in 2016, and for this one I chose More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. I recently read this one and I absolutely loved it. It tells the story of Aaron Soto, who is struggling to find happiness after a family tragedy, and he's dealing with some other things as well, such as his sexuality and his mental health, and he has to... There's this element to the story that makes it very different from the real world and adds to his confusion and his possible health. I don't want to get too much into it, just check this one out, it was a great read. The second question is the best sequel that you've read so far in 2016, and for this one I chose A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I also read the first one, A Court of Thorns and Roses, in 2016, but this one far surpassed any sequel that I've ever read in my entire life, I'm pretty sure. This was absolutely amazing and probably my second favorite book of 2016 because it was just so good, and I'm dying to have the next book. And I think it was just recently released that she's going to be writing a ton more books based on this series, which is super exciting. The third book is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to, and for this one I went with The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I was so excited to get this book. I was so ready and pumped to read it right away, but other books got in my way and I still haven't picked this one up yet, so I'm hoping to read this in August because it's like a summer read, so it has to be kind of read in the summer, but our summer usually dwindles into the end of September anyway, so I'll get to it soon, I hope. Your most anticipated new release for the second half of the year, and for this one, hands down goes to Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I read Illuminae this year and I thought it was so amazing. I've been dying to get my hands on a Gemina arc, but I will definitely be picking it up when it comes out in stores because even though it'd be great to read it beforehand, it doesn't have all the artwork. So I'm super excited to get my hands on an actual copy. This book is the biggest disappointment this year, and I'd have to go with The Rules by Nancy Holder and Debbie Vigue. I was so excited to read this when I heard about the premise. This didn't come out this year, but the paperback did, and this was kind of a letdown. I ended up only giving it 3 stars, but it was okay. It was a disappointment. The next book is The Biggest Surprise, and this one was kind of hard because most of the books that I pick up I tend to really enjoy, but I decided to go with a school book that I wasn't expecting to enjoy as much as I did, and that was The Martian by Andy Weir. I was really excited to read this book when it was assigned for my class, but I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I absolutely adore this book, and the movie was just super fantastic. The next book is your favorite debut author or new to you author, and I went with Jeffrey Self, the author of Drag Teen. This was an ARC that I received through work, and I became obsessed with RuPaul's Drag Race this year, and so when I saw this, I had to have it, and it was as amazing as I expected it would be, and I'm super excited to read his new stuff. He doesn't have anything else out yet. Obviously, this is only recently out, came out this year, and this is his first YA novel. I don't know if he's read anything else, but I haven't heard anything by him, but I'm definitely looking forward to reading his next book. The next question is your favorite or your newest fictional crush, and I went with Bo Dickinson from Run. I kind of really liked Bo. She was the kind of badass character, but she had that sweet side to her that she really cared for Agnes, and I really liked her as a character. I thought she was great. I don't really get fictional crushes on people. The only time I ever had a book boyfriend was Etienne St. Clair from Anne and the French Kiss, and I haven't really had a new one since, but I did really like Bo. The next question is your newest fictional, or your newest favorite fictional character. I went with Nimona from Nimona. She is quirky. She is just so interesting and I love her. She shapeshifts. She can turn into a dragon or pretty much anything, which is totally cool. And I really wish there were more Nimona stories coming out because this was just amazing. The next question is a book that made you cry, and I'm going with A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihira. This book made me sob. I mean, to the point where I had to pull the earbuds out of my ears because I listened to this in audiobook form, and I couldn't listen to it because I was just so upset by everything that was going on. And finally, to finish the last, I think it was like few hours off, I had my house to myself because I was living with my roommate at the time and she was going to be gone all night for the most part, so I just lit on my couch and listened to it and bawled my eyes out for the last, I'd say, good 100 pages. It was the only book I'm pretty sure that made me cry this year. A book that made me happy. For this one, I'm going with Binge by Tyler Oakley. I listened to the audiobook version, but I picked this up for like really cheap while it was on sale. And this book made me laugh so hard. I read it in only a couple of days, which very rarely happens with audiobooks and me, but I could not get enough of this. It was so addicting and it just made me so happy. Most beautiful book that I bought or received this year has to be Passenger by Alexander Bracken. This cover is just so beautiful. I'm gonna try and, there we go. Like, it's just this bottle and it's so beautiful. And the next book is equally as beautiful and I'm so excited. It is a bit of a chunky read and I have a whole review on it, but the cover and the story is amazing too. I hate when books have really pretty covers and the story just doesn't work for me. 1,000 Pieces of You. Next question. What books do I need to finish by the end of this year? And the last question is the favorite book community member, and I really don't want to choose a favorite. I love this community. It's a great community to be a part of, but if I do have to choose my favorite person to watch or communicate with, I'm going to go with Perpetual Pages. I love her videos. I love her reviews. She's just a way with explaining words that makes the book sound so fantastic, and I always want to read and I always trust her opinions on books. So I'm going to go with Adriana from Perpetual Pages. So that is the mid-year book freakout. I think that's what this is called. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and maybe even the subscribe button. Comment down below what you think your answers would be for any of these questions, or if you agree with my answers. I will see you on Tuesday. Bye!